Okay, let's set up here. Hello everyone, it is Comrade for Comrade Chasing. We are live. We have a major situation underway across Missouri and into the Mississippi River valleys, into the Midwest. Let's go to the WeatherWise app. We have a tornado warning in Missouri right now. This for the Hillsborough, Potosi, Mineral Point areas. You can see this has a very classic signature hook echo here right now. I'm just making sure everyone can see what I'm seeing right now. All right, velocity. We got very strong velocities here, and it does look like we have a tornado on the ground. Um, they just updated it. Let's see if I'm correct. Yep, confirmed tornado is located 8 miles northwest of Potosi, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. Damaging tornado and half dollar sized hail. Uh, Emergency management confirmed tornado, and you can also see it from radar right here. There's where the tornado is. It's right near AA, that area. And no one can see what I'm seeing. Let's see why that's the case. Or at least that's what it's showing me on here. Okay, now everyone can see what I'm seeing. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Okay. All right. All right. We should be fine, I think. Uh, all right. So there's your tornado. It's right there. It's heading right towards Laddie at 185. This is again in Missouri. Ebo, Aptus, eventually heading towards the Racola, Romado, Rabbitville, Cruz Mill, Bliss, Missouri areas. And in terms of bigger towns, Somerset, DeSoto, Hillsborough, Olympian Village, um, given the environment we have today, this could probably go on for a long time. So even areas along Interstate 55, from Valley View, Missouri, all the way to Arnold, Missouri, should definitely be keeping an eye on this storm. And if this storm's a very powerful tornado, this could be some debris fallout we could be seeing right here. Um, Yeah, that CC drop just got a bit bigger here, so we do have a large, potentially strong tornado. I would say with this CC drop, it's definitely a strong tornado. Um, so not a good situation at all. This is crossing r- State Route 185, just northwest of Laddie, Missouri. Uh, that's pretty curved. Kind of surprised they haven't issued a PDS for this. They might. They just issued the observed warning, so it's not surprising. Um, yeah, so there's your tornadoes right here in this dark blue here. This is an interesting situation. Okay, do we have any other tornado warnings? I think we do. This thing's slow. That might be one downside to live streaming, but that's okay. Uh, Sorry, I'm checking Twitter. I can check on here, but I'm so used to checking with my phone. I don't think we have any other tornado warnings just yet, but we got a. Here, actually, I'm gonna retweet this on my Twitter. Again, I'm on Twitter most of the time. That's why I don't really post on YouTube too much. But I'm on Twitter at Comrade Chasing. Come check me out there. This tornado just crossed 185. It's moving northeast. Aptos is probably gonna miss you to the south, but any houses on um, Route F, I guess we'll call it. Um, Roberto, Rabbittville, Cruz Mill, Bliss. You guys need to be in cover right now. This is probably a good sized tornado. Not saying big, but I'm like strong. Definitely, probably a strong tornado on the ground. And if it continues how it's going, DeSoto, it's gonna be heading right into town there. This is a pretty sizable, I would call it a city, honestly. DeSoto, Missouri. Um, if this continues the way it's going, it's gonna hit in DeSoto right there. And they just issued a new tornado warning, and it is PDS. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado is located near old mines, or 6 miles northwest of Potosi, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Please take cover now. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. If you are in right now, it's staying over mainly rural areas of Jefferson and northeastern Washington counties and Missouri, and but the Fallen State Park of Washington State Park. If you're anywhere near Washington State Park, you need to be in cover right now. This does look like a strong tornado. Almost looks like it's stalled out over this area here. Sorry, I thought one of my cats was trying to bust in. I think one is. Yeah. Oh well. All right. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. This is definitely a strong tornado. Uh, depending on what. No, it's on the Pat Dally Road, just south of Aptos, Missouri. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Again, if this continues on how it's going, Somerset, DeSoto, you guys need to be in cover. You are under a tornado warning, a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. Personally, from what it looks like to me, though, DeSoto definitely needs to be in cover. Somerset still stay in cover, however. We don't know how large this thing's going to get, how large it is right now. Debris fallout could also be a major problem. I'm not sure if it is right here. Actually, let me grab the drawing tool. They have it. I never utilize it too much. So there's your tornado. This could be debris fallout just north of it. Kind of hard to tell. I want to look at the velocities on this thing. Yeah, very small velocities, but those small velocities can do some gnarly damage. Yeah, all right. So DeSoto, Somerset, Hillsborough, you guys need to be in cover right now. A large, potentially violent tornado is on the ground and is doing damage, as we can see from the correlation coefficient, or in layman's terms, debris tracker. Oh, that's not what I wanted to hit. I might have. It should be fine. No, cancel out. All right. Sorry. Cause I'm making sure my live stream's still up and running on my phone. Every time I open up the mobile app, it always asks me if I want to open it on someone else's TV, and I'm like, no, I do not. Okay, all right. So we're gonna keep an eye on that because that's our only tornado warning. But I just want to go down to Memphis because it's exploding off. I hear, according to Twitter. Yeah. This is not going to be a good situation. You got multiple little supercells forming heading into the metropolitan of. Yeah, okay, all right. This one might go tornado warning in a few minutes here. This one west of Millington, Tennessee, just teetering on the border of Arkansas and Mississippi. Well, let's take a look at this rotation, even though I'm not going to see too much because of the radar. It is definitely starting to try to rotate. I think it's just got to get rid of this like tail here and kind of be able to form pretty well. All right, let's go back to good old Missouri. Oh, there is another tornado warning. I'm sorry. Of course, I don't know what radar to use. Springfield's maybe. Yeah, Springfield works, I guess. This other tornado warning is south of Mountain View. Mountain View is in two tornado warnings at the moment, but those storms have passed. Mountain View is probably going to get unissued in a few minutes here. The other one is near Winona, the Ozark Riverway, National Scenic Riverway. Ellington, actually, Ellington's out, not in the tornado warning yet, but it definitely could go tornado warning soon. Um, so we're going to keep an eye on that one because I don't think that one's actually observed yet, but we do have this PDS one here heading towards DeSoto and Somerset in Missouri. Here's a rotation right in this area here. And you still have a good sized tornado on the ground. More I'm looking at it, though, it almost looks like it might be making a right turn, maybe away from DeSoto, more heading towards Somerset, although I can't tell that for sure. And secondly, it is starting to weaken, it looks like, which is the good news. There's still a tornado on the ground, but that newest scan's kind of starting to fan out the debris, which is usually evidence of a weakening tornado. So hopefully this thing's starting to lift, and but we can't say that for sure. So if you're in DeSoto, Somerset, Hillsboro, Missouri, you are still under a particularly dangerous situation, tornado warning. You need to be underground or in the lowest portion of a sturdy building. Go into like a bathroom or a closet with no windows and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. All right. I'm gonna go on Twitter. I'll leave this up here for y'all to see. All right. What do I got on Twitter? 110 posts in 5 minutes. You know it's a high risk day. Okay, and the Storm Prediction Center just issued a new mesoscale discussion. Here, I'll share this tab. Multiple discrete storms showing signs of intensification. Environment will support strong to intense tornadoes in this corridor over the next few hours. So, this area here is of the main concern. That is northern Mississippi, all of western Tennessee, and into portions of southwest Kentucky. Go back to good old Missouri. Forgot which state I was for again. All right, so the tornado is still on the ground, but it is smaller. I'm wondering if it's trying to recycle with this new little outflow area there. It is fanned out. It might not even be on the ground anymore, but I can't say that for sure. So still DeSoto, Somerset, Victoria, Hillsboro, Missouri still stay in cover. Um, Interstate 55 from Arnold to Valley View, Missouri still stay wary because this is a pretty good looking cell and it's not really gonna hit any other cells. Maybe this northern line thing might interfere with it, but if it can speed up ahead of it, then it's got nothing else but treats, I guess. The environment in Illinois is just as volatile as it is down in Tennessee right now. So, all right, get out of the Storm Prediction Center here. And okay. Yeah, all right. So my friends at Storm HQ are agreeing with me. The significant tornado is now weakening and may likely recycle as it heads towards DeSoto down the road. So still definitely, I mean, this still looks very impressive on reflectivity. DeSoto, Hillsboro, I would even say Fetus, Peevely, Herculeum. Got some interesting names in Missouri. Um, should start watching this Olympian Village. These areas should start watching out. I'm not really seeing much of a debris signature, so that might mean the tornado's lifted. But this is still a very dangerous storm. It's probably recycling and could plant a tornado. And how I'm looking at it, it might be a bit north of DeSoto, but still, Somerset, DeSoto, Hillsboro, um, Victoria, Vineland, Fletcher, Ware, Missouri, everyone's still stay in cover. There still could be a tornado on the ground. Um, and we're just not seeing any debris here. Um, we have another new tornado warning. Trying to see. Got like 20 notifications going off at the same time. Okay. I want to look at something. Someone on Twitter just talked about one cell in particular west of northwest of Memphis. I think it's the cell I was thinking about. I think it's this cell. I want to look at it on reflectivity. Yeah, I think that's that cell. Yeah, this cell has absolutely no other storms ahead of it, other than really this one. But this one's probably small enough that this could probably just ingest it, and it's not going to do anything. Um, this cell, and even this cell, and even this cell. These like four cells have absolutely nothing in front of it. These could go off and, be the storms of the day. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but given the environment, given barely any fail modes, we could definitely see these cells here north, east, and west of Memphis, Tennessee, going off. This is going to be interesting in the next couple of minutes to an hour. Let's go back to the St. Louis radar. And okay, they just reissued a tornado warning. It's now back down to just observed warning. There's still a tornado on the ground. It's located near old mines or 10 miles north of Potosi, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Half dollar size hail is also falling with this storm. Um, so it's still observed. Uh, it definitely does look like it is trying to recycle. Probably. Looks like the rotation might be trying to recycle more over this way. Uh, yeah. So DeSoto, Somerset, Victoria, Hillsboro, Vineland still staying cover. Vineland rotation's practically on top of you, so still staying cover. We'll continue to watch this. Just wanna see if there's any other stories of interest that we should be watching. I mean, all the stories we should be watching. Uh, all right, I'm gonna retweet this on Twitter again. That's at Comrade Chasing on Twitter or X or whatever you call it. Um, Wall cloud rapidly developing near Whiteville, Tennessee, on the severe thunderstorm from the cyclone port camera. Yeah, there is. That is a pretty good wall cloud, honestly. All right. Looks like they just issued a new tornado watch for Arklets and Tex area. I think they did. Yeah, they did. So, new tornado watch has been issued for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. So, I'll share this. A couple strong tornadoes possible, scattered hail up to 2-inch size possible, scattered gusts up to 70 miles an hour likely. Texarkana, Shreveport, those cities in Texas and Louisiana, respectively, are under the gun for a tornado watch. Coming back here. Let's look at this. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Uh, yeah. So Hillsborough, DeSoto, Somerset, Olympian Village. Even I know I've been calling you guys out for the past how long we've been going, 18 minutes. But still stay in cover. Tornado is still on the ground, according to uh, emergency management. That's it. Emergency management. And it looks like they just reissued another tornado warning, and it's radar indicated now. This remains in effect till 4:15 Central. Hmm. All right, yeah. So DeSoto, Hillsborough. I'd even start saying Olympian Village and Fettus, Missouri. To start watching for this storm because it definitely looks like it is in its recycling phase and getting ready to go again. All right. Let me get out of that tornado watch tab. Uh, yes, I have no idea how long we're going to be live tonight. Could be live for as long as an hour or two. We could be as long as 6 to 8 hours. Hopefully I don't have to do that, but I will if I have to. Okay. I am getting a headache from all the caffeine I've drank today, but we're gonna keep going. All right. I don't think I've actually shown the new digs. Uh, right now, 'cause I think some of you remember when I was still in the closet as my weather office. Now I've moved. I'm now sitting by the window and by my Xbox, which has the SPC risk today on there. And then behind me is the Comrade weather signs, the bright white ones, my Comrade chasing sign, and then this one's the Comrade weather one, and it's purple for today's high risk. Yeah, that's practically about it. I finally have a desk for my computer now. Uh, yeah, that's roughly about it. Okay, we have a new tornado warning for Covington, Tennessee. So let's go to that. We'll look at DeSoto in a few minutes. But new tornado warning for Covington. So that's how we've been looking at for the past few times. Oh my God! Wow. Look at that hook. Look at that hook right there. This is near Randolph. If you're in Randolph, Guild's Edge, Burlington, Garland, um, this goes out ways. Ripley, Henning, Halls, Gates, Woodville, Fork, Deer, Murray City. If you're in any of these cities or towns in Tennessee, um, Luxora, Arkansas, Rosa, Arkansas, uh, Hickman, Arkansas. If you're in any of these towns, in Tyler, Missouri, in the Boot Heel, if you're in any of these towns, you need to be in cover right now. This definitely could drop a strong tornado here. And I think a few of these might. Actually, this is the Whiteville cell. That's the one I was talking about a few minutes ago. So it's starting to kick off here. New tornado warning. Jackson, Tennessee is in this tornado warning. If you are in Jackson, Tennessee, you need to be taking cover now. The entire city of Jackson, Tennessee needs to be in cover immediately. New tornado warning. It is radar indicated, but with the environment we have today, this could go from 60 to a billion in a second. All right. I want to look at the rotation, even though it's going to be, yeah, because we're so close to the radar. Uh, that one, I'm sure it's definitely rotating. And this one is rotating too. It is definitely rotating in this area here. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. This is one of the areas I was most concerned about with strong to violent tornadoes being possible today. All right. Just trying to retweet that on Twitter. All right. Come on. Oh, I don't want to hit that. Okay, new NATO cast just came out. That's interesting. I'm gonna repost the new NATO cast, which has a, is that a 45? No, that's just a. No, that is a 45, isn't it? See, they're a very, very small 30. Yeah. Anyways, NATO cast has a 30% hatched risk for tornadoes across a good chunk of eastern Indiana into western Ohio, and then another portion of high risk tornado risk for NATO cast is all of western Kentucky, including Louisville, and into western Kentucky, or Tennessee, rather. Sorry, northwestern Tennessee. Okay, let's come back here. That is definitely hooking right there near Gilt Edge. Rotation's not the best. There's definitely some signs of rotation. And again, like I said, there's nothing ahead of this. And you got these two little cells here. But if this can now compete those two, then yeah, there's gonna be some problems. Same with Whiteville and even this cell near Stanton. Any of these cells near Interstate 40, these could be big time problems. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm just getting bombarded by notifications for no reason. Okay. We got a new tornado warning for Colfax, Aerosmith, and Ellsworth, Illinois. So let me just retweet that, and we will go to it. Yeah, that stand cell's probably going to go tornado warn soon. All right, we got to go to Illinois. Right here, right in the middle of Illinois. What the? Okay. All right. Okay. What the hell is that? Wait, hold on. Hold on. What is it warn for? If anything, they should warn in this portion of the storm. Really good hook echo. Rotation's actually pretty good. And there's no CC that I can really make out. I don't see any rotation whatsoever in this portion, in this tornado warning. I think they probably just made a mistake. Or they're seeing something I'm not. I don't know. Is this tornado warned? Yes, it is. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. This might. Okay. All right. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Never mind. We're good. So it's that this is an extension. It was an extension. This was the one that just expired. Yeah. Okay, it should be expiring. All right. Radar indicated. There's your rotation. It's near Route 9, just northeast. It just went over Bentown. It's heading closer to Fletcher, Cooksville, Colfax, those areas. So if you're in those areas in Illinois, you need to be in cover right now. Bloomington, you're no longer under a tornado warning, or any of those suburbs are no longer under a tornado warning. So if you're in Bloomington, Illinois, you can leave your tornado shelters. But anywhere east of that, like Colfax, Cropsey, Weston, Cooksville, Bentown, Holder, Ellsworth, those areas need to be in cover right now. I didn't think the radar was all the way. I thought the radar was in Bloomington, but I guess it isn't. Interesting. All right. My computer is very slow. It looks like they just issued a large, very large tornado warning for the DeSoto cell. This now includes Fetus, Pevely, Valmeyer, Waterloo, Columbia, Bellevue, Illinois. Uh, this includes Arnold. So anyone on Interstate 55 from Selma, Missouri, and that might be a tornado developing there. Anyone from Selma, Missouri, all the way to Matisse, Missouri. If you're on Interstate 55 between those two towns, so Arnold, um, Sunnyside, Barnhall. Oh, I'm sorry, Barnhart, Bushburg, uh, Pevely, Fetus. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Anyone within those cities or towns, you need to be in cover right now. You need to pull to the side of the interstate and run for cover if you can. Try to get into a sturdy building. With no windows. Put as many walls between you and the tornado as possible. Get out of your vehicles. Don't park your vehicles under an overpass. I don't know how many times us weather people have to tell people this. Do not worry about your vehicles. Your life is more important than your vehicle. So just let your vehicle get hit. You'll be fine as long as you get in cover and do what we are trying to tell you. So hopefully the rotation doesn't. Well, actually, not the rotation, but like the storm itself's not as hooked as it was when the first tornado was on the ground. Hopefully, it can move past 55 before it really does anything. 'Cause there's not really too much until you get towards Bellevue. The hope here is that it will never touch down, but like I said, given the environment today, that's very, very unlikely. All right. Correlation coefficient, just to be safe. Okay. All right, we're gonna go back down south to Tennessee. Okay, they have issued a tornado watch. I knew they issued the PDS, but I wasn't sure if it expanded into a good chunk of Tennessee, which it did. Yeah, this is a very prominent cell near Garland. Hey, sorry about this. The rabbit is literally in front of me. Clong. Stop. Good boy. All right. Yeah, this Garland cell looking really interesting here. This one could be the storm of the day today. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just dealing with a bot. Which thankfully I haven't had to deal too much with, other than Twitter, but Twitter's a different thing, I guess. Hmm. All right. Yeah. I guess we're just gonna keep an eye on this cell here. 'Cause right now we don't have any observed tornado warnings, which is really good news. New tornado warning just got issued for Farmer City, Illinois, Mansfield, Illinois, and DeLand, Illinois. So why don't we go to that one? We're definitely going to be watching the Scarlet Cell really closely here, though. Let me just cover this Illinois one, and then I'm gonna feed my rabbit because he's giving me a headache because I can hear him being a rascal. Okay, it is finally for this one. I was hoping they'd issue it for. Um, so DeWitt. Yeah, this is probably gonna go tornado, like dropping a tornado soon. So DeWitt, Weldon, DeLand, Mansfield, Farmer City, Blue Ridge. These areas in Illinois, you need to be in cover immediately. Tornado is probably going to be dropping down soon. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it's probably going to drop soon. I think it's probably in the process of about to drop. I mean, look at that hook echo. And that hook echo is crazy. This is probably about to drop a tornado if it isn't already. So again, DeWitt, Farmer City, Mansfield, these areas in Illinois, Interstate 74 from Empire to Mohammed. Mohammed. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. From Mohammed to Empire on Interstate 74 in Illinois. Pull over, get out of the vehicle, and take cover. Farmer City, you need to take cover immediately as well. Mansfield, Blue Ridge, Illinois, you guys need to be in cover. Bellflower, be in cover. Don't think it's really gonna hit you, but you're in the tornado warning, so please take cover. Anyways, I'm gonna be going to college in like 6 months, so I don't have a degree, so I can't say for sure. And I also don't work for the National Weather Service, so I can't say for sure that it's gonna miss you. So Belton, Bellflower, those areas surround Bellflower, Illinois, please take cover. Uh, New tornado warning for Ironton, Missouri. Let's take a look at this sign here. Missouri. Now we're getting into a part where we're gonna be very what's the word? We're gonna be very swamped. Swamped. That's what I was gonna go for. Swamped. Yeah. Okay. There's really no good radar coverage whatsoever. Maybe St. Louis. Yeah. Okay. Ironton, Iron Mountain Lake, Farmington isn't in the tornado warning yet, but it could be. If you're in those areas, you need to be in cover right now. Tornado warning. It's radar indicated, but nonetheless, this could drop a tornado. And fetus, whatever the heck it's called. Uh, don't say a tornado yet. But this is a storm that has a history of producing a tornado. So if you're in Sulphur Springs, Arnold's, Columbia, Waterloo, in Missouri and Illinois, respectively. Please take cover now. Bellevue, Illinois, please take cover as well. You are under that tornado warning. Let's go back down to Tennessee here. I'm still watching this tornado warning because there's no real radar coverage here. I really wish they would put a radar at Poplar Bluff, but you know. So if you're in West Plains, Missouri, and points east, please be in cover. All right. Millington's radar. We're watching this one carefully because it looks like it's kind of might be recycling, trying to get rid of some of this junk and trying to move it into the storm so it can have a sustainable inflow notch there. This is all kind of congealing into like one storm, so I would say for the time being, it probably doesn't have too much of a tornado threat, but there's still a tornado warning. So if you're in Jackson, Tennessee, still stay in cover. Interstate 40 from Wildersville to what towns we got here? Union. Please stay in cover. Get off the road and stay in cover. Okay, yeah, we're still good here. It's good. We have been live for almost an hour now. All right. New tornado warning. Very, very small tornado warning. Let me see if this is right here. Okay, yeah, it is. Interesting. All right, we have a new tornado warning in Arkansas. Right here, the cotton plant cell. Let's take a look at this sucker here. That's an interesting one. Okay, so we have a tornado warning for this cotton plant, Arkansas cell. This is also heading towards Augusta and McCrory, Arkansas. So if you're in those towns, please take cover now. You are under a tornado warning. Okay, what the hell is that? Okay, yeah, very some strong velocities there. Could see a tornado here in the next few minutes here. If you're on 17 or 33 near Patson, McCrory, or Augusta in Arkansas, please take cover now. The event is going off. Okay. Yeah, so I think this cell's recycling. Like I said, trying to get the convection out of its way, trying to recycle it, trying to open up a spot for the inflow. That's probably what it's doing. And these cells, there was a wall cloud about 5 or 10 minutes ago near Tune, Tennessee, according to who was it? I think it was Severe Studios or one of those groups. So definitely still a cell not to mess with. Right now, I'm not really seeing strong tornado threat with this, mainly because of the amount of cells it's colliding into. I believe it's the Mercer cell. And it's not rotating as much. Actually, maybe. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna turn off my TV there. Yeah, let me do that real quickly. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. Put the wider picture here, and I'm just gonna look at Twitter here for a second. That would be an anticyclonic tornado, wouldn't it? All right. Yeah, all right. So that's still in Arkansas's anticyclonic. Um, so this one needs to be monitored just because one, it is a rare type of tornado. Uh, Anticyclonic means it's going clockwise, whereas most tornadoes in the northern hemisphere go counterclockwise. Um, Two, I would also keep an eye out for maybe a potential Fujiwara effect, and that affects when storm will go north and then it'll go northwest and then it'll kind of just go west and kind of do like a 360, I guess you could say. It's kind of like what the storms during that tornado outbreak. Well, the only tornado I can think of right now is the Greensburg tornado back in 2007. That one went northeast, and after it hit the town, kind of almost it did a Fujiwara effect, and it could have almost went into town if it didn't dissipate. Thankfully, it did dissipate because that town was decimated by its first hit. Unfortunately. All right. It's the first high risk we're doing a live stream on. Would have done a live stream, honestly. I would have done a live stream on the other high risk this year, back on the 15th, I believe, March 15th. But I was in Albany at a storm conference, so I couldn't. Um, that was an interesting outbreak. All right. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this cell here. Uh, Starting to kick up some rotation near Dancyville. Watch that be clear air. Well, I might want to watch that. Watch all these cells. They are rotating pretty good. I just don't know how well they are going to in the long run, given they're all very close to each other. I have a feeling these two could probably run up against each other, these two. If this cell near Mercer in Denmark can run away from these other two behind it, then that one's got a shot for a strong tornado. So Jackson, Tennessee, still stay in cover. I was wondering if it's in this storm might be getting screwed up by this new supercell here. Uh, that's contamination. That's not actual rotation, as you can see there. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go to, looks like a new tornado watch just got issued. I'll check that in a second here. Let's go back to St. Louis radar, and then I want to go back to. Okay, so the tornado warning for Arnold and Fettus, Missouri has expired. The tornado warning is now only in Illinois. This is for Columbia, Bellevue, Centerville, Millstadt, Smithton, Waterloo, Freeburg, Illinois. Very strong outflow near White House. A very strong inflow near Fountain Gap and Warnock and New Hanover. I could see a tornado right there in a few minutes. That's kind of where the hooking is. Could be a contest to see which is stronger, the inflow or the outflow. So we will have to keep an eye on that. Again, Bellevue, Illinois, please take cover now. And anyone southwest of Bellevue needs to be in cover right now. Oh, I'm already tired, and we are not even an hour in. All right, Illinois. Going back to this. This has to be on the ground. Okay, that's might be on the ground. Don't call me on that. It definitely could be on the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. So Farmer City, it's actually passed over you now, but still stay in cover. Blue Ridge, and they're going to have to issue a new tornado warning. So I would say Blue Ridge, Fisher, Foosland, Proctor, Harpster, maybe even Routoul, Thomasboro, Paxton, Illinois. If you're in these towns, you're not yet under a tornado warning, but you're probably going to be soon, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So start thinking about taking cover, because this is a pretty prominent cell for the Illinois portion of today. New tornado warning in Mississippi. Let's fly over to that. Yep, right there. Let's take a look at this. This is for Holly Springs. Yep. This is for Holly Springs, Sardis. It's actually like past Sardis, but But Holly Springs and Lamar, Mississippi. You need to be in cover right now. You have actually 2 supercells. It's one for this cell that just exited Sardis, Mississippi. Honestly, both cells are rotating pretty good. This one a little weaker, but definitely still some rotation. That one's northwest of Holly Springs under Interstate 22. This one definitely rotating pretty good. And it's starting to form a bit of a hook echo. So Route 310, Glenville, Piera, Harmontown, Free Springs, Techville, Blackwater, Loz Hill, Tyro, Tullahoma, Galena. These areas in Mississippi need to start taking cover. You are under a tornado warning. I'll leave you there for a second as I'm checking Twitter for any more notifications. I have to say, out of the cells right now, the Illinois cell and the cells right now in Mississippi are the ones that are piquing my interest. I mean, the cell in Tennessee, the cells in Tennessee were interesting. Right now, they're just getting bombarded by other cells, so they're struggling to do anything, which is very good news. But that's a new severe thunderstorm warning. They're probably going to issue a tornado warning soon for Moscow, Somerville, Hickory Valley, LaGrange, Boulevard, Whiteville, Tennessee for this cell. I could definitely see, because it is starting. It does have rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts ramping up a little bit more, and it has a hook echo too. So definitely something to keep our eyes on. New tornado warning for Routoul, Ludlow, and Fisher, Illinois. So it's that cell I was talking about that I figured was going to go tornado warning. Paxton's probably going to go warn for you in just a minute or two. It's probably a jurisdiction issue, which I find kind of stupid. I think in terms of a tornado warning, if one office sees that there's a tornado heading towards 2 counties and 1 county's in this uh, jurisdiction, the ones in the other, I think the office warning, and that has been warning that cell should just keep warning. That rotation looks like. Yeah, so rotations in this area right now, this in the Blue Ridge area of Illinois. I can't really see any tornado on the ground. It's likely all the contamination. I just want to look at this portion of the cells here. And Decatur, Illinois might want to keep an eye out. This is starting to look a little suspicious, if you will. This is starting to kind of hook a little just south of Illipolis. I'm pretty sure there's a better way of saying it, but I'm a bit tired and I have a headache right now, so we are going to butcher words as badly as possible. Okay. We are only 55 minutes in? Jeez, okay. Alright. Let me look at Twitter. Okay, hold on. We gotta go to Shreveport Radar. We have to go to Shreveport Radar. Brian Allen Weather, who is a storm chaser, has an interesting storm south of Shreveport. Is that rotating? Not really. Just a bit suspicious, alright. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. This is near just off of Long Street, Louisiana. Something to definitely keep our eyes peeled on, especially since there is a tornado watch in this area. Yeah. Put it there for now. Alright, I'm kind of surprised they haven't issued a tornado warning for this cell. Heading towards the Moscow, LaGrange, Tennessee areas. They could soon. And now the rotation's actually kind of backed off, so maybe not. Rotation's still evident in the Sardis cell. I don't know, not too well, but it is still there. This one near Jackson's starting to hook a bit better now. And there is some good amount of rotation. So again, Jackson, Tennessee, anyone north of there on Interstate 40 needs to be in cover right now. This could plant a tornado here soon. I wouldn't be surprised now with that hook. Yeah, I mean, new scan. Look at that hook. So again, Jackson, Tennessee, then the entire city needs to be in cover right now. All right. Oh, I am tired, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna fight sleep deprivation. I'm not sleep deprived though. Nothing really new just yet. I don't see any. I thought I saw an observed warning, but I'm not sure. Oh, so okay, hold up. We need to look at the Jackson cell. Okay, so the Jackson cell is observed. So there is an observed tornado warning that just got updated here. and now it's back down to radar indicated. I don't know. All right. So Jackson, Tennessee, still staying cover. Tornado. It could be on the ground. Right now it's radar. It just went back down to radar indicated after being observed for like 5 minutes. But given how that hook is, although with the interference from the other two cells that just collided into each other. But Jackson, Tennessee, in those areas, Interstate 40, take cover right now. Decatur, Illinois. Oh, I called that one. I did indeed call that one. Decatur, Illinois has a tornado warning now. So, went too far. No, I did not go too far. It's right over here. Decatur, Illinois is now under a tornado warning. It is radar indicated, but I figured it was going to go tornado warning given the hooking and the velocities were starting to pick up. This is near just west of Harristown in Illinois. This is on Interstate 72. So if you're on Interstate 72 near Decatur, take cover, pull off to the side of the road and take cover now. The whole city of Decatur, the airport, Forsyth, Long Creek, Oakley. Those areas need to be in cover right now. Tornado warning has been issued. This could drop a tornado here soon. Just needs to get a little bit better organized, but definitely could drop a tornado here soon near Decatur. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Some large warnings today, but I don't blame them at all. Let's go back to this cell near St. Louis. It's kind of becoming a little outflow dominant now. Probably going to pose more of a wind threat than a tornado threat. It is trying to do something there, but maybe a sneaky QLCS kind of threat near Millstad. So tornado warning has still been issued, still staying cover. That's all I can really say. I know at some point in the next hour I'm going to have to eat because it is 5:30 Eastern. But hopefully, well, I can probably just eat and do a live stream at the same time, maybe. Shouldn't be that hard. Reflectivity. Still, the cell is still interesting. I think, at least for the time being, there's not really threats of violent tornadoes as long as the cells keep clashing into each other, because that looks like it's even weakening their tornado chances. Now, can a violent tornado still happen? Oh, most definitely, but given the interference some of these discrete cells are getting with other discrete cells, I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, too, though. I mean, that the Covington storm just got hell given to it, and it's not doing well. I don't even think it's rotating anymore. Yeah, it's barely rotating. You got this portion here. It's not even really in anything, really. So we'll still keep an eye on these cells, but I think for for the time being, at least, the northern mode was the way to go. My hypothetical chase target was Paducah, Kentucky, all the way down here. Mainly because I didn't know what was going to happen today. So I figured I'll just go straight in the middle. Paducah, I'd probably have enough time to shoot north into Illinois. But if the southern mode went off, I would have enough time to get to Mississippi. Nice little even hold, I guess you can say. St. Louis. Yeah, so this cell's practically, it's all in a QLCS formation now. So probably some spin ups are possible, but I think in terms of this cell, the significant tornado threat's practically over. Maybe one or two more, but likely would be short lived and such. Going back to Illinois. Still keeping an eye on this cell. This cell's speeding ahead a little bit more, so this one could definitely pose a threat. Yeah, I mean, oh wow, yeah, look at that rotation. Just make sure it's not. That might be clear air. That might be clear air. Yeah, that's clear air. I think. That's probably actually the actual rotation is probably right there. Yeah. So I don't think there's a tornado on the ground with this cell at the moment, but definitely could be at some point. Because there really isn't too much interfering it, except for this northern portion here that could do it, I guess. Other than that, it's not really being interfered by anything. Decatur cells. Interesting. Probably trying to do a spin up near just northeast of Harristown. It's not on the ground. That's contamination. So Decatur, Forsyth, Warrensburg, those areas still stay in cover or take cover if you haven't already. All right. See, someone just said on Twitter the southern supercells are looking significantly more organized than the northern ones ever did. I have to disagree. While the southern cells do actually look more supercellular and discrete, rather, um, they're really not going off as well as we thought they were going to be. It's still early in the event. I'm not saying there's something wrong here. It's still quite early in the event here. But I don't think, for the time being, I think it's the northern mode verifying, because that's where we've seen more of better storms or organized. Because right now, all we got for these 3 tornado warnings, I mean, this one in Mississippi, that one's looking okay. All these cells are mini. All these cells are mini, and there's a lot of them. They're all just crashing into each other. Right now, like the Jackson cell right now, it does look good on velocity, but it's getting interfered by like 3 other supercells or 3 other storms. So it's just not going to have that power that a fully discrete cell could have, like what we had on March 15th. We had a few good cells that produced, like EF4 damage, and they weren't really being interfered by any of the storms that were even near them. So I gotta disagree with this person on Twitter. While they look cool on radar, I don't think they're really they're not as organized as he's saying. As they're saying, sorry. Tulsa found high-end EF1 damage from this morning's tornado in the Owasso, Oklahoma area. That's always interesting. Uh, it's starting to get dark here, isn't it? It's not too bad. Actually, I can move this. I know it won't make it look as dark, but not really any difference. Yes, I don't really see any real organization in these southern cells. They look impressive on radar and reflectivity, but velocity-wise, they're not really looking like very healthy cells for tornadogenesis. This cell, maybe, but even then, the rotation's really not the best. It's just a lot of inflow right now. It's inflow dominant, if you will. Um, but again, Holly Spring is still staying cover. Think they're probably gonna. Well, I'm gonna assume Memphis is very busy because they also have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings they're issuing. So there's no need for that. Yeah, it's gonna expire in 3 minutes. They're probably just gonna let it expire, and they might cancel those tornado warnings because, or they might just let it expire too. They might let it expire. I mean, there is still rotation north of Jackson, Tennessee, near Oakfield. But I kind of doubt seeing a strong tornado out of this because it's just going to interfere to all hell by the other two supercells that are trying to form. So currently, my process is this. The current look right now is the southern cells are having a hard time trying to plant plant any real imminent strong to violent tornado threat because they keep getting interfered by other supercells trying to form. They're all just kind of crashing into each other. Um, weakening them when the cells gotta kind of absorb it and all of that, which is good news. But the bad news is the night's not over yet. And then I don't even think we're near peak. I think peak's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. So we still have a good 3 to 5 hours left before we hit the peak, if you will. Oh my god! All right. We've been live for only an hour and a quarter, and I'm already tired. um. Okay. Trying to figure out what else we gotta do here. Just go on Twitter real quick. Evan Bentley with the Storm Prediction Center, if I'm correct, yes. He is looking at a cell. Is that the Shreveport radar? Yeah, it is. He's looking at a cell in southern Arkansas. It's already severe warned, and he believes that's going to be the cell of the day. Now, since he works for the SPC, I'll agree with him. He's got better expertise than I do because I'm not even in college yet. 4 more months. And I would hope this is obvious enough, but I'm going in for my bachelor's in atmospheric science. /meteorology. I know I can do 3D radar with this, but I'm still struggling to see how I can. Actually, first I think I have to turn it on. It is on. Okay. Keep forgetting my computer is a touch screen as well, so I could probably try to, and it's not working. Okay. Well, I don't really care for the 3D anyways. I'm still keeping an eye on this Holly Springs one. Really, unless this cell makes a right-hand turn, this cell really doesn't have much to get it affected by. Um, this Jackson cells, I should say, not cell, it's just cells. This one in the south near Jackson is starting to rotate a little bit, and even the northern one is still maintaining some rotation. So Jackson still staying cover because this cell might be trying to do something. Although again, with the interference of the other two cells, that could be a problem for this cell. Holly Springs still staying cover because this could be the cell of the day in Mississippi and Tennessee. Rotation still uh, sufficient, but not the best. So yeah, still definitely keep an eye on this cell, especially since it really has no interference except for this. Just take a drink here. All right. Oh, it says we are reconnect. Okay. Hopefully we're back here now. My connection went unstable there for a second. Might have had a power surge. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. All right. Hopefully we're good now with the internet, and we'll keep going. So let's go back to Twitter real quick. And just checking Twitter, 'cause, nothing really much at the moment happening other than like 4 tornado warnings, and none of them really look the most interesting to me, at least. Um, we'll take a look back over in Illinois, see how those cells are doing. Looks like the Ratul one expired or canceled. But still, definitely the Paxton Ratul cell, still keep an eye on it. Um, Rotation's not as well as it used to be, but still definitely keep an eye on it. Still has a history of that Illinopolis one. There we go. I finally got that name. That one's starting to look interesting too. And it is rotating. Yeah, it is kind of rotating. Actually, it's not rotating where I would want it to be, but it is rotating a little bit. Just keep an eye on that. That's near Illinopolis. That would probably be heading towards the Warrensburg areas. I think they're probably going to unissue this tornado warning. Maybe issue this tornado warning right over here. It's more of a QLCS threat, however. Might be one of these like one scan tornadoes, something like that. Right now, it doesn't look like there's a tornado there. There could be. I don't know how Illinois is. I'm gonna assume it's corn. So maybe there is a tornado on the ground that's just going through a field of corn. And it's not strong enough to throw it up into the air where the radar beam can hit it. I don't know. But yeah, right now, what I'm seeing from like DeWitt to Cisco and into Decatur is more of a QLCS threat for some spin up tornadoes and mainly wind, I would say. Winds max wind goes to 70 to where possible. 70. Yeah, so I would say this is more of a QLCS spin up tornado threat and damage and winds threat. So we'll still keep an eye on it from time to time, but I think that's probably going to be more of a severe wind threat, which is one of the other risks today. I think that's a moderate risk of wind. That's a new flood one in there. Okay. Yeah, so we have a very unprecedented day today with two high risks. So we have the Storm Prediction Center high risk for tornadoes, and then we also have a high risk for flooding in the relatively same spot as the Storm Prediction Center high risk. Probably because all the storms that are hitting is probably going to flood, rain a lot. All right. I'll still keep an eye on the cells. I just want to kind of caveat, I guess would be the word. So here's the Storm Prediction Center screen. You can see here's our high risk for today. I just want to look at the convective outlooks for the next few days. So today is a high risk. We have had multiple significant tornadoes happen, more likely. Tomorrow we have an enhanced risk in the same areas because I believe the front is being stalled. We're just barely moving. 10% hatch risk for tornadoes from extreme southwest Tennessee all the way to extreme northeast in Texas. It's more or less southern and central Arkansas and northwest Mississippi in the risk. And it's on, and some hail. Hail is also going to be a problem. So that's tomorrow. That's Thursday. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Here's day 3, same area. Good chunk in Arkansas. This is in the enhanced risk. The front's probably stalled, given how it looks. Yeah, the front's probably stalled. Day 4, 30% chance over good chunk of southern Arkansas, most of Mississippi, and all of northern Louisiana. So no 30%. This would be Saturday, right? Yes. So I can go live tomorrow and maybe Friday. I'm not sure. Saturday, I know for sure I cannot go live. I have plans. So make sure you have other streamers or other ways to notify yourself for any severe weather that might be heading your way. And then I think day 5 we have another one. Yeah, that's Sunday. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't really expect too much from it, especially how in the small area it is in. We'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, if we have to go live tomorrow, we can. Also depends on the marginal risk here. If the marginal risk gets moved or something up towards my area, which I'm hoping for, then I'm probably not going to do a live stream because I'm going to be making sure all my stuff's ready for some storm watching. All right. Go to weather-wise, and it looks like Jackson. So they've extended the Jackson tornado warning, which I'm not surprised given it was starting to rotate a little bit better, starting to organize a little bit better. Got a hook echo right over the city of Jackson, and it is rotating. It's contamination over here, I would think. But maybe in this area, that's probably some rotation right there. Um, I think now, given that it looks like it's a bit more organized now, this could be a cell to worry about. Maybe these cells could interfere, although they're small at the moment, so maybe not. Got to keep an eye on this Hernando cell. Looks like it's starting to hook a bit more. This is heading to Olive Branch, Germantown, eventually Oakland and Mason, Tennessee. I just don't really see too much. There is some rotation on both cells, but I wouldn't say strong enough. It might just expire Holly Springs tornado warning and just put a tornado possible tag on the severe storm warning, which I'm sure that they already have it on. But either way, Holly Springs still staying covered. The storm's passing over you right now. Just stay in cover until the storm passes. Right now, it's looking very tornadic and strong tornado. It don't look like it's gonna do anything like that for the moment. Now it could change. And Hernando cell's kind of interesting though. I definitely want to watch. That one's not tornado warned yet. Look at Little Rock's radar. See what we got here. Sorry about my voice. I am already dying. We're only an hour and a half into the stream. Yeah, that cell is actually kind of interesting in southern Arkansas near Star City. That one's also hooking. And that one actually really doesn't have any storms in front of it. If this is going to be the storm of the day, there's no question why. There's nothing ahead of this storm. Velocity. There is some upper level rotation in there. Yeah, and this is near Star City, Arkansas, which is under a severe thunderstorm warning. Just watch this down the road for a tornado warning. I'm tired. Okay, but this is actually interesting. So, according to a meteorologist who lives near Memphis or lives in Memphis, uh, he says on Twitter, "This feels like a major problem to me. The cool pool of the collapse on supercell was not very cold, and temperatures and dew points are in the low 70s in its wake. This essentially means that these lead storms are not stabilizing the atmosphere, but moistening it. So that's interesting right there. So the cells like Jackson, or I think more especially where it would be in Dyersburg, Tennessee, are actually moistening these the environment for these storms that are entering Memphis right now, uh, which could play into the favor of these storms. So something to definitely keep an eye on. Let's come back up north, and all tornado warnings have been expired in the northern area. The only tornado warning we have right now is in Jackson, Tennessee. That is the only tornado warning we are tracking right now. And I am losing my voice at a rapid pace. I don't think I can do another 3 hours. I'm gonna have a dead voice in 3 hours. All right. Back on Twitter because can't get enough of that. Twitter. It is also quite possible that some of these prefrontals, given what that meteorologist just said, so you got the front here in Arkansas near Little Rock, could have just these cells fire off now and actually go nuclear with a moistening environment. That could definitely happen, and they can still start congealing into the line once the cells are too slow and the cold front catches up. Yeah, I still definitely want to keep an eye on these two cells. Actually, yeah, these two cells now. It's one near Olive Branch right now, just severe warned. The Holly Springs tornado warning has been canceled. The Jackson cells still tornado warned. There still is some rotation there. Uh, Good news for the people in Jackson, Tennessee, that storm's starting to pull away, but I would still stay in cover for the next 5 to 10 minutes. You're still in the tornado warning. The storm's still danger close to you. Uh, if a tornado didn't kill you, the lightning could kill you. Hail, because I don't think there's really any hail past this. But there's still some dangers out there. You still want to stay in cover. Um, all right, back on Twitter because I'm losing anything I could say. All right, reposting a picture of the Potosi, Missouri tornado from an hour ago. Looked like a bit of a cone tornado. A lot of debris being kicked up. Interesting storm. Actually, I should retweet that one. Other one. Anyway, this checks into this. Yeah, might be. Okay, NATO cast has a whopping 60 in Southwest Tennessee. So I'm gonna assume actually it's not even in Memphis. It's just a little outside of Memphis. I'm gonna assume NATO cast thinks these cells are about to go nuclear, which it could happen. Could happen. So definitely something to keep an eye on is these cells here, especially this Olive Branch Germantown cell. Definitely something to keep an eye out on. All right, in between this, there's a photograph in Paducah, Kentucky. It is showing strong kinematics will support strong tornadoes through the night. So the day is not done. We are just getting started. These are, I guess you could say, these cells are probably just appetites or appetizers. Appetizers. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. before the main line comes through. And we could start seeing some cells starting to fire off in western Kentucky as this front starts moving on through. And again, unfortunately for people in Arkansas, the week is not over. Whatever happens tonight, it's just going to be one of four course meal. You got today, you have tomorrow, you have Friday, and you have Saturday. You have 4 days where you could potentially see strong tornadoes, um, damaging winds, and hail. So 4 days of destruction, I guess you could say. Now let's look back at Star City here. Let me get Little Rock's radar up. Yeah, it's not as impressive as it was, but it's still rotating a little bit here. Is it even tornado possible? It's not even tornado possible, although it is dropping baseball-sized hail. So yeah, it's a destructive storm. So if you're in Star City, Arkansas, please take cover now. Baseball-sized hail is falling from the sky. Should be an interesting one. Yeah, so Star City, please take cover due to baseball-sized hail. All right. I'm going to do this. So I'm going to leave the radar as it is right now on the Memphis radar, on the only tornado warning in the country. I'm going to see when dinner's going to be ready, and I will be back. Can I shut off my camera? I don't think I can because that's how it started. All right. Gonna find a way to turn off the camera. I might just have to cover it with something. But I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna have to leave in about 2:20. Not leave the live stream altogether, but probably just have to, mute and cover up again because dinner's gonna be ready in about 20 minutes or so. So we have 20 more minutes of covering before a quick intermission, if you will. Tornado possible tag at Farmer City, Illinois. We'll keep an eye on that. Retweeting this from Brian Allen. He's in Bossier. Maybe not. What the? Okay. There we go. Reposting this from Brian Allen Weather, South Bossier. He's looking north. He has what might be a wall cloud. I think, yeah, that's a wall cloud. And it's that cell that was looking suspicious. Speaking of cell that looks suspicious, let's look at this one real quick. Yeah. All right. Shreveport. Honestly, at the moment, I don't know how well the kinematics and thermodynamics are down in Louisiana right now, but I think that tornado watches for a few tornadoes and a couple intense possible. Yeah, so there's nothing ahead of this storm whatsoever. This could drop a strong, potentially violent tornado here. Too early to say, but given there's no other storms that will affect it, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it into the bigger picture right here. Actually, I'll put it back at Memphis. We can keep watching that tornado warning near Jackson. I don't understand why there's two radars near each other. I get it because even how far away Clarksville and Nashville are, um, but I feel like Nashville doesn't need a radar, or Fort Campbell doesn't need a radar. I feel like should have put that radar probably like in this Somerset area here, um, or put it in like could have put it somewhere else because or Poplar Bluff, Missouri, like we were talking about an hour ago. Could have put Fort Campbell's right there in Poplar Bluff. Uh, back on Twitter. Let's see. Is that tornado warning still continuing till its expiration at the top of the hour in 45 minutes? Roughly 45 minutes. There's nothing really much else to talk about at the moment. Just got this one tornado warning. We're still keeping an eye on it. So over here. Oh. We are an hour and 3/4 of the way in. It's been an interesting live stream so far. Part of me is almost wondering, nothing really much is going to happen for another hour or so. I'm almost wondering if I should just end the stream here, and once everything starts kicking back up a little bit, I can go live again. Let's see. New tornado warning in Illinois. Can't do that. All right. Back to Illinois, I guess. That's right on the Indiana border. I think Chicago would probably be a better. Okay, that's like the most contaminated piece right there. Okay, so there might be rotation there. It's hard to tell because it looks like there's contamination. But if you are in Milford, Woodland, Waseca, those areas in Illinois, you need to be in cover right now. check on that. And south to the north. That south to the north could go tornado warning too. This one heading towards Donovan and eventually Morocco in Indiana. That one could go tornado warned. I could definitely see that happening. Something to keep an eye on. I'd have to put on my sunglasses for no reason whatsoever. Oh, cold. All right. There's been an update. No, there has not been. Yeah, so the low-level jet's gonna crank in a couple hours. So honestly, I think we're gonna do what I was saying a minute or two ago, and then the live stream here and go live again once everything starts really going off. Thank you all for watching. See you in a couple hours, probably. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a few hours, more likely.